All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Truth is Real podcast. This is your host, Vedo, and I have the lovely
Tropic Reds.
Tropic
Yeah.
Riz. Okay, we got a special guest on the up close and personal session with the Truth is Real podcast. This is her first time coming on the show, so this is going to be very interesting. A new experience for her, and hopefully she enjoys it. So I think everybody's going to enjoy this episode because she's very interesting, and I think everybody will see that in the near future. But before we get it started, I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to kind of give a quick rundown of who you are. Drop your Instagram, let them know who you are before we kind of get into the topics of the Truth is Real podcast. So let's go ahead, Reds. Let me know.
Hello. I'm Reds. I'm a mother. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a feminist, and I'm for us women striving, and I'm an activist.
All right, all right. Well, let's go ahead and give a nice little hand clap for that. Activist, feminist, entrepreneur, all that balled up in one gives you the lovely Reds. We love it. We love it. We love it. Love it. But you didn't drop your Instagram. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Tropic Reds with the Z. TropicRedz.
Tropic Reds. Okay, Tropic Reds. We like that. That's something different. Let me ask you a real question. Tropic Reds. Where did that come from? Tropic Reds.
Cause I got different flavors.
Different flavors. Oh,
And I'm
shoot.
red.
Okay, okay. So I guess that answered the question real quick. Different flavors, and she's red. Well, let's give another hand clap for that one. I like that. Let's give a hand clap for that one. Okay, that was a quick hand clap. That was like 1-2 hand clap. You know what I mean? We would do too many hand claps on this show, but all right. Well, before I get everything going, just wanted to let you know quickly what the Truth is Real podcast is all about. Before I get into our topics, I like to give a quick breakdown of what the show's about. The Truth is Real podcast comes from really me watching what I see on social media, Instagram, and so forth, and just hearing a lot of things that I always look at. I'm like, I wonder if that's really real. That's really true. You know what I mean? Sayings and posts and just everything you see out there. You just wonder, is this really what's really real? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like to dig deep into things. So when I see things, I'm always digging deep and just like, it makes everybody feel like the life is just so perfect, But in my life and just me meeting so many people on so many different levels that you would think was living the best life. Once you meet these people personally, you find out it's completely different, And I feel like sometimes, especially the younger generation, they see these things on Instagram and social media, and they really feel like, why my life is not like that? Why I can't do the things that you're doing? And they're not realizing that some of these things and lifestyles that people have, they would not want, because what's going on behind closed doors, they would not want to live. A lot of people don't show um, their downsides on Instagram. You know what I mean? They don't
Yeah.
show the struggle and the pain and the moments of you not having what you want. You know what I mean? That's not what Instagram is about. It's showing that your life is lit, right? It's showing that I'm better than you, right? It's showing that
Competition.
I want to be recognized. I want followers. I want
Yeah.
everybody to
Likes.
think I'm famous, right? So that's kind of where we break everything down. We just try to get real. Like, okay, we hear this, we see this, but what's really real? How do people really feel about these things? And
Yeah.
I always try to have different people from on the show that has different backgrounds, different beliefs and so forth, so we can kind of get a feel from different people and not just one side of someone's opinion. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think it's always good for people to hear a different side of things and kind of get you thinking. And it's not about a right and wrong on this show. It's just about getting your brain clicking to maybe think and hear and see a different view that may open your eyes up to some reality. So that's the quick breakdown of what the Truth is Real podcast is all about. So again, I thank you for coming on the show. We're gonna definitely have some fun. I was waiting for one other person to get here, but as we wait, we're gonna get the show moving along quietly but shortly. You know what I mean? So, are you ready?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
ready.
Are you sure you're ready?
Let's get it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna get it going. Before I get into the real topics, I always like to do like a short response. And the reason why I say short response, it kind of warms up everybody, gets them excuse me, comfortable in speaking and understanding kind of how the show goes, right? Okay.
That's cool.
All right.
Let's
So
go.
we're gonna kick this off. Now, when I say short response, it just means this is just gonna be a statement I'm gonna say. And with this one, I want you to pick one, right? Okay. So this is the question. You ready?
Let's go.
Live for eternity or be rich until you die. Which one would you want? If you want me to repeat it, I can repeat it. It's making you think, huh?
Yeah.
Live for eternity or be rich until you die. Which one would you want? Which one would you choose? Would you want to live forever and ever and ever and ever? Or would you want to have a great life just until that moment in time comes when you die?
Dang, that's deep. Dang. I can't pick both.
Can't pick both. Gotta pick one. Gotta pick one. It's all on you. It's all on you. Live for eternity or be rich until you die. Who knows? You know.
You know what I would choose?
Go ahead. Let me hear you. Let me hear.
Be rich till I die.
Okay. Give me some more information. Why did you choose be rich until you die?
Because I feel like without life is no wisdom. And without no wisdom is no life.
Okay. All right. You went deep with it too, huh?
Yeah. That's why I had to think. I'm looking like it's a 50-50, but I thought about it and I said, isn't that sinning if you live for eternity?
Yeah.
It's only God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Right.
Right.
And then the question that you ask yourself is that if you live for eternity, that means it's gonna be a lot of pain you're gonna go through in general just by seeing a lot of people come and go. You know what I mean?
And you the last one standing. It's suffering.
Always the last one standing. You know what I mean?
Suffering.
So you just, I mean, at some point you lived everything. You probably did everything. You probably,
It's boring.
I mean, I don't know if I would want to live for eternity. Because like you said, I mean, especially if you believe in the Bible,
Yeah.
heaven is where the eternity is, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
exactly.
That's the life of no pain, and no stress, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're with your loved ones
Yeah.
that aren't here anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I think, I think the same way, look, give me my money and let me live, I put it
To
in
the
God's
fullest.
hands, you know
You
what I'm
hear me?
saying? And guess
Fullest.
what, and when it's time to go, I'm going to be there with the people that were here too at one point, you know what I mean? And, I don't need to be here forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to see your kids die and everybody die, their kids die.
That's pain.
That's too much pain, knowing that you're never going to see them.
Ever
Just
again.
think about that, at least when you do die, if you are supposed to be a good person, you should be going to heaven, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least if someone does pass, a family member, you have a chance to see them again, if you believe in the Bible and so forth, right?
Yeah.
With eternity, them people, they go, you never gonna see them again, never. So that's interesting, you know what I'm saying? That's something that makes you really think, right?
Thinking.
Make you think. Okay, all right. We got another short response question for you. This will be an interesting one.
Let me hear
Since
this.
you're a female,
Let me hear this.
you're a female. I want to ask this question. I want to see what you say about this, right? Are you ready?
Let me hear this question.
All right, I just want to know who spends more money the DC man or the Baltimore man? I just want to know. I just want to hear from a female point of view. I just want, I want to know.
Hey.
I heard a little debate going on a couple of days ago. So I thought that, get a female here who might be able to break that down. Now, I don't know. Heard some females debating about it. So I just want to hear what you have to say. Who spends more money? The DC men out here or the Baltimore man? Who's bringing them bags out? You know what I mean? Who's really spoiling those women out here? That's
Can I tap out?
I don't tap out in this one. This is the Truth is Real. When you come on the Truth is Real, it's all about being real. So we don't tap out.
Baltimore.
Okay, so she says Baltimore. The question, why Baltimore? And that's interesting. She said Baltimore. Y'all hear that? She said Baltimore. Okay. And where are you from?
DC.
Oh, so DC. She's saying Baltimore. I want to know. I want to hear. They want to know. Everybody wants to know. Do tell.
I can just say, like, how can I put this? I think say my words carefully. But I can honestly say that I would say Baltimore just because they just know how to treat you. Like DC men, how can I put it? When they do something for you, they want something in return. And granted,
Oh man.
when a man see you, he's physically attracted to you.
Right.
Off the rip. But it's never given like throw in your face. It's like with the Baltimore man, it's just like you let everything play its course. Like if you like rather however people put it, if they giving a woman money, taking them out, they in, all that's included. No matter how the money's getting spent, it's getting spent.
Right. Okay.
So I feel like they do it is off some whining and dining, and they not so aggressive with it with the women. They might be, I don't know, from the male perspective, but like from the male to the women perspective, it's just like different. Like they're just gentlemen, like open doors, sweet. They might, even if they be in a con.
Man. Oh dang, she going in on us DC men out here.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody got their problems, and my baby daddy is from DC, so right. I can really honestly, I dealt with somebody from Baltimore, so I can compare, and I dealt with different caliber men, so I can really say like the best man that treated me was a nigga from Baltimore. And we're not talking about just money, we talking about in general. And I'm from DC, and I like hood niggas or street niggas, like, right. Or even if they get out the game and they fix their life, like, or whatever you want to say, this is from the core. So that's why I had picked the question, like, not where you from, or it's really how you treat me. And I think that the one Baltimore dude that maybe I lucked up, but the one Baltimore dude I dealt with, he treated me the best out of all the men that I dealt with.
Okay. Well, it looked like she summed it up. Looks like this debate right here, you pushing towards the Baltimore men out here. So you saying that if you had to choose one right now, you going on the Baltimore side. And she's from DC, y'all. That's interesting, right?
Yeah. Maybe me and DC men, we too much alike, and I need something calmer, or I don't know what it is, but I don't know. That's my choice though. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is documented. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely documented. So she knows this is. They're gonna have some comments to say about that one. It's gonna be interesting when this goes live. But all right, so
stand on it.
That was a quick short response. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you think most unattractive people have more confidence than attractive people?
Yeah.
You do?
Men and women.
Yeah.
Yes, which is crazy.
Why do you think that is?
I can't even tell you, but I see it.
Yeah.
That's I can't tell you, but what I can say, pretty hurts.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't speak for.
So when you say pretty hurts, do you think women that are considered pretty
It's so much pressure.
have more issues than some women that
Ugly. Yeah,
aren't
they
really
do.
considered
It's
pretty?
it's always like that. Yeah, you got live up to standards of society. They want you to be this certain way. You got men already pinning dark skin and light skin against us black women together. It's like once you fight one battle, becomes an endless battle of fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I always wondered, you know, in those situations that it seems like a lot of women that are attractive, they have a lot of men coming at them at an early age also. So they've been through a lot of relationship issues and a lot of mental abuse issues a lot of times. It seems like I run into. And I'm not saying that you can weigh it on that, but
It's like 50-50.
yeah,
It depends because like I said, like, yeah, you got to deal with men. Like, how can I put it? You gotta deal with men insecurities, trying to make you insecure off of their insecurities, because it's easy for everybody to be like they want a pretty bad girl, but then when it's your girlfriend and you got all these men, it's like the same vice. If a regular girl's dating somebody that's popular, it's the same effect. A man, like, you know what come with it. She's gonna have to go through them trials, triple the bitches tweaking, women trying to cross boundaries, him cheating. It's the same pretty effect, the same thing women, except for men want to try to degrade women or break a woman down. You got women that's trying to break men down, like off of their insecurity. It's not really a feminist or a sexist thing. It's
right,
it's an insecurity thing.
right. No, I get that. I mean, do you feel like women that are really attractive or more out there in a way than women that are not as attractive? Do you feel like they get around more?
Yeah, because they have their way more, and I feel like,
No, when I say get around, do you feel like they're out here having more sex
yeah,
and
like they more
more?
out, like they out more out experience, right?
Yeah. So would you
Yeah.
would you say that? And it's hard to, because none of this, we don't have any facts on this. But do you feel like the prettier you are, the more they can have hoish qualities?
You
I'm just
want
wondering.
to be a stack?
I'm just asking
Let's
you a
be a
question.
stack. I think so because it's like a woman might have different picks, just like a man might have different picks. So, I mean, the ball is in her court. Is she going to go or she's not going to go? Versus an ugly duckling. Of course, men they like they women kind of like hidden, low
Right,
key,
right,
or that's what boosts their ego. A bad bitch. It's rare that a bad bitch and a flashy nigga, it will really work no matter if y'all are compatible. It's because it's too much going on. Somebody has to calm down. Somebody has to submit. Somebody has to sacrifice. It's too much. It's too much flavor.
right,
Somebody has. That's opposites do attract.
right. No, you're right. You're right. You always see sometimes, two people together, one person, the female may be very attractive, and then you might say, "Ooh, the dude, how did he get her?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But women, it's not always about looks. Sometimes when women like a man,
Yeah.
it could be a lot of other things. Men sometimes are more physically
Attracted.
attracted. Like we have to have that look that at least makes us feel a certain type of way, and then move from that. You know what I mean? Some women, you could just have that swag and they just all over you, or like you have that bag and they all hit all over you. You know what I mean? So you can be ugly zone or what, man, out here.
Had
You
that
know
bag.
that. And
You hear me?
you
You
come
had a better
correct.
bitch. You hear
You
me?
can get any girl you want,
I'm telling
almost.
you.
So, but yeah, that's interesting. 'Cause I always felt like I meet a lot of women and I meet some pretty women. And it's like, wow, some of their confidence levels are so low. And I was like,
Yeah.
why? Like, you're bad. Like, why do you this girl right here, she's not even on your level, but when she steps into a room, she demands attention. And even though she's not on your level, she gets that attention because her confidence is just so strong. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, sometimes I just think some people can overdo it. But when you do it at a level where you're like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
she might not be the prettiest, but how she conducts herself, how she moves,
And carry
how she
yourself.
carries herself, I give her
Yeah.
credit. And then now that prettiness starts getting a little bit prettier in your head. You're like, dang.
Like she got pretty soul. It's go
like,
deeper from the
I
looks.
like her. You know what I'm saying? Something about her. You know, and that's
Yeah.
how it can sometimes work. And that's why I say women out here that might think they might not look as good as that next woman out there, man. Keep that confidence in you, because men love confidence in a woman. And let me tell you this, you might not look like that supermodel out there, but you walking with that confidence, I guarantee you, man, gonna recognize that. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times men don't want that supermodel woman for long term.
Yeah, they don't.
Let's talk about that. They don't really want that for long term, because they know what that comes with. A headache. Pass me some ibuprofen. Yes, I need a headache. You know what I'm saying? That's what usually it comes with. It comes with that. I mean, you know,
bad bitch syndrome.
Yeah, to say I do, and I gotta know for a fact you ain't going nowhere forever. I want to be able to cope with you. You know what I mean? I gotta live in the same household with you. You know, it's not just about sex anymore.
It's
At
deeper.
that point in time, it's about, can we coexist in the same environment? Can we build a family and really work together as a family, and not just be somebody with the hand out and say I'm pretty with a fat butt? Just take me as that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where these women out here don't get it. You ain't gotta be the baddest out here. You know what I'm saying? You show that you're a true woman, a man gonna love you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A man will see through sometimes not as prettiness as for someone they know got their back. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna really be
ride for them, and care for them.
And
or if they fall, you can pick them up. Yeah,
right. And that's the number one thing that women don't get. Like men can, like you said, men have money. Well, some men do have money. They can buy what they want. You know what I mean? Like, they need somebody to cook, they can get someone to cook. They want somebody to clean, they can pay for a maid. You don't have to be rich to pay for someone to cook some food. You don't have to be rich to pay for somebody to clean your house. That doesn't require you to be a millionaire. Let's keep it 100. Yeah. So when women say, what do you do? I'm going to cook and clean. A man's going to eat no matter what.
Like shit.
And if you are a certain level of cleanness, you're going to have your house clean no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, they're not cutting your grass for you like that. So, like, it's like, and then if you talk about just a sex thing, if he's successful, there's no issue of him going out here and finding women to have sex with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, what is he missing? He's missing something that's real. Yeah. He's missing something that he knows that no matter what, you love him, you're there for him, you got his back, and you know you want him to win. You know what I'm saying? That's what he really wants.
A support system.
He needs that support when he comes home from whatever he's doing, running his business, going to work, whatever he has to do to help provide for what you want him to provide for. He wants to feel like it was appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And that's when a lot of women fall for not showing that appreciation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's all we want. Like, women be like, can you pay for this? Can you pay for that? A man would do more if he knew that you appreciated it and not just doing it because you just want him to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a difference. You know what I mean?
And you can feel it and see it.
Thank you.
It's like it's a radar.
It's a radar. Yeah. You know the difference between somebody wanting something from you and just needing something from you, and knowing that if you do something for them, they appreciate you to the point that they would do nothing spitefulness to you. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because I could be up one day, I could be down one day, and I could be up again. You know what I mean?
Every dog got
Are you
their
going
day.
for that ride? Yeah. Because at the end, you're going to want to see it out to the end so you could benefit. You know what I mean? And I always say that a lot of people, a lot of women, I don't say a lot, it's women out here, they don't understand. Building that empire of a man brings you closer together than you trying to jump on once he's already there. Because he doesn't trust you at all at that point. It's hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Once you got money and you're very successful, it's hard to know. You don't even got to be very successful. Like, just being bigger than the average woman out here, you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because they will latch on to just because you are surpassed them. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't got to be like, I always make it seem like you got to be rich. It's not about being rich.
It can just be about status.
It's about status, right? It's not about, and we always try to put, you got to be, most women ain't meeting the millionaires. Let's be for real. It ain't that many millionaires walking down the street. So most people we're talking about really the average man. Yeah. That probably makes more than the average woman who doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if he makes $100,000 and she makes nothing, that's money to her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He don't gotta be rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he can pay her cell phone bill, that's money to her. That might be only $150. You know what I'm saying?
Like the small
but to
stuff.
her, that's a lot.
Yeah, because
she got to either, whatever. If she's not working, doesn't have a job, or let's say she's a single mom raising a child, it's not easy. I understand that. So a man paying your cell phone bill, mom, that's $150 you just saved.
Like shit.
That's groceries.
Like shit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
Pick a bill.
right. That's what I'm trying to say. Cell phone bill, car insurance, car notes. I mean, you give a girl $2,000 a month. I mean, that's covering some things.
Yeah, it's covering some shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So does he have to be a millionaire to do that? No.
No.
You know,
it can be.
He could have a regular job and have a little side business.
Yeah, 9 to 5, and everybody bound to have a customer.
Little side business.
Mm-hmm.
Little side business. And he just whopping you out $1,500 every month. You don't got to be rich to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So women always act like, you got to be rich. You got to be rich. No, he just has to be doing what he needs to do.
Yeah. Being a man. So you can submit and be a woman.
Yeah. But the question is, are you going to appreciate that? Are you going to be with your friends on, yeah, he gave me $1,500, he paid my rent, got another dude give me $300, and that's when you mess up at. You know what I mean? Because if he's dumb and he's still paying you and he don't, I feel like, me personally, I'm gonna know if you're using me. I'm not just paying all that unless we already built a little some type of something though. You know what I'm saying? I can't meet you the first date and second date you already talking about, well, if you want to continue this dating, my rent costs $2,000. I'm gonna say, well, this date has ended. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry. I had no problem with you, my girl.
That's different. But dating is different. Dating,
but we gotta take steps. It is the same way you want to take steps. I'm taking steps. You know what I'm saying? We gonna all take these steps together. You know what I mean? And I ain't rushing. You ain't rushing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't pressing you out on the first day. I'm not pressing you out. I'm not pressing you out for nothing. Not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not pressing you out. So don't press me out for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell a girl like this, look, if I ain't press you and put no have to on anything, then let's see where it goes.
You just let it flow.
Yeah. I'm not pressing you to do that. I'm not saying if you go out with me tonight, we have to do something. I never said that. Yeah. If I take you out to eat, I'm not putting an obligation that you have to come home with me. So my whole question to you is that don't put an obligation on me. Because if I didn't know that obligation is being put out there, let's have a conversation then. Yeah. That's going to be a different conversation. It's not going to be the same conversation. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's all I want to say. Women that, like, I understand that the man pressing you out, like, oh, if you go out to eat, well, then do what you got to do. You know, if you work, because he told you what he wanted and you tell him what you want.
Heavy on that. Yeah. If everybody speak up. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all for that. You know, if you want to be honest. But don't, I'm taking you out to eat and I have no expectations of nothing other than saying, hey, where it goes is where it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not mad at you. I'm not going to not talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, don't come at me like, oh, now, don't do that to me. I ain't, there's men out here that don't mind that, but it's way more women than men out here. I'm going to tell you that. It's options. And women don't get it. They changing the whole looks up now. You used to meet a girl you ugly last week. Next week she looking good. You know what I'm saying? These women going back in time. You know what I'm saying? Woman 40 looking like she's 28 now. So us men ain't running out of options. It's getting better with time. I see women look better over time.
Yeah, that's what somebody else said too.
Yeah.
The older women get the prettier, like just everything starts sitting.
Man, we got options, women. We got options.
And women, we got options. And know your worth, queen.
Y'all got options too, but we
know
got
when to leave.
We got a lot more options though. We got way more women on this planet.
Just because it's quality over quantity.
That is true. And I ain't gonna lie, women, y'all.
It ain't that much quality out here.
That's social media messed up the quality. That's what I said. That's why I started this show. The quality is diluted. It's diluted.
Yeah.
It's hard to try to find a decent homegrown woman.
And I feel you know what's the crazy thing? I feel the same way about men.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I think it's 50-50.
Us men, we made some mistakes in our lives. We've definitely dropped the ball here and there. I can definitely say Yeah,
It's like I think it's like 50-50. I think everybody just in this era now where everybody just need to heal from their past pain. Women need to find themselves.
See, the issue is this, man. A lot of people, man, this just be real. We just be people just having sex with people they shouldn't be having sex with, having babies with people they shouldn't have babies with. It's not no real relationships going on. It's just people living to be living. Because a lot of the reasons why, and there's no excuses for anybody not, that just leave the child that they had and not be around. But a lot of these things happening because there was never a connection between the two of the people in the first place.
You think so? Because I feel like statistics. Now this is where it's about to get interesting. Because I feel like this statistics. It says that if first we haven't okay, I guess how can I put it? We're not married and having kids. Mm-hmm. First, we sinning. Most of the time, we're young, in the 20s. Me, for example. Sometimes you can outgrow a person. It's the same as marriage. And us black people can't make excuses for each other. It's not a sexist thing. It's a black thing. So when everybody starts taking accountability, which we don't at all. We play the blame game. Why she point fingers, why we hurt, why we push pain on each other. People, as I said, past trauma, child trauma. Because most of these men are raised with single mothers. So why most of the time, it's like some people that's not raised with their father, when they do have kids, they make sure that they break curses and cycles.
Right.
And then you have the other 50%, which is still high, that they basically, how can I put it? They did what their father did to them, abandoned them. So it's not a black and white thing. It's not a single mom thing. It's about people taking accountability. I'm heavy on people need all the abilities, accountability, stability, responsibility. It's none of that because it was no structure, and that comes from home. It's like a child. When as you grow, everything is learned behavior. So it's same if you was raised off of love or if you was raised off survival. So most of the time, good girls like bad boys, vice versa. So it's always going to be good in the beginning. Then once it's good in the beginning, everything, just because you have one baby with somebody doesn't mean you have to stop being yourself or you trapped. It's hella stepfathers outside. Like I say, if you got one, even 2 kids. And I feel like you got to just keep pushing. It's the same with marriage. You can be married and the divorce rate is high. So it's not about, it's about really people taking accountability and people who don't know what they want or people just getting married or trapping a woman with a baby, being selfish or just for the status. Like I'm married. I know a lot of people that's married that's not even happy. And if we go deeper, I know women that's single mothers and they're married. So like wherever they're going to admit it, they're at home with the baby 24/7. The man's working or traveling and all he's doing is paying the bills, but you still with the baby, but you're married. Like the topics can go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. How deep, wherever society want to accept it or if they want to shun it away, but things are similar. So that's why I never judge people just because a marriage don't stop people from cheating because people get cheated on every day. If that's the case, the divorce rate wouldn't be so high, all races. Right. So it literally, I think everybody is in a space where everybody is no morals, character, is no basics. Nobody communicates anymore. Women making it easier for men making it easier for women. Like the standards is low. It's just no characteristics. And some people, good woman that's probably has had a past or try to change or is changed or still maturing or in her soft girl maturing era, I feel it as though like, how can I put it? The men don't want them. I feel like men want the trash now.
But I feel like all that also, but I also feel like you can't meet somebody 1 month and then I feel like 3 months later that person's pregnant and feel like that's gonna last.
No, see, that's different.
But a lot of times,
not 3 months.
What I'm saying is,
that's short. Even a year.
Let's keep it real. These are a lot of accident babies out here. There are a lot of accident babies. What I mean by accident, it means that these people weren't in long-term relationships. You know what I mean? I know a few men that especially men that have multiple kids. You know what I mean?
Of course, it was. Yeah. I know about it was an accident or they were slipping.
Those were like, all right, you meet it like it's all right. How many times have you had somebody that you just might have a sexual relationship with? You don't have no really emotions with them. You know, y'all might kick it here and there, and then y'all have some fun. You mess somebody else too. You mess somebody else too. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, you had that one good night. She calls you and tells you she's pregnant and she's having a child. At that point in time, that man has a decision to say, okay, I'm going to raise that child like it's mine. But a lot of times how that man feels, he's mad already because she's going to have a child. Not saying this is right. Not saying these are right. I'm just saying this is what that man's going through. He's mad. He's like, damn, you know we ain't no relationship. You know we ain't really going to be together. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what it was before.
You know what it was. Now you about to put this on me because a lot of times it could be because of the financial situation where now you're going to have to do child support. So now I'm getting like 30% coming out of my paycheck. So now if I go to work and I make $2,000 every 2 weeks, there's 30% coming out. How am I surviving and getting me anything off of rent? How am I paying any rent off of that now? And then he's already like, damn, then the money goes to the mother. He's like, damn, you out getting your nails done, hair done. You just going
not on the baby.
Life. And then you got another dude living up in the house, taking care of you, paying for this, doing that. I'm up here, can't even pay my rent. I'm working. Matter of fact, you know, I'm going to quit my job now because there's no use of me working because I'm working for nothing.
You working for her.
You know, I might as well do something underneath the table. You know what I'm saying? At least I can get some money and, you know, blah, 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 blah. That's what's going on, you know, also. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that's going. So then why he's doing that, hate's building up both sides. Oh, you're not going to see your child now.
Everybody's pawning. It's a pawn.
Now you ain't going to see your child because of the money and situation. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to do that, you know. So that's how it works. But real quick, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Clear my throat a little bit, get a little dry, get some water, you know what I mean? And we got some more good topics. I appreciate this conversation. It's really entertaining, you know what I'm saying? It was a warm up. It was a warm up for you, but we're gonna be right back in like 10 minutes. Give us 10 minutes, be right back. Truth is Real podcast. Your host Vedo. Thank you.